There are 4 new Vault Hunters to break down in Borderlands 4, and before Gearbox shows off more information, we want to see what we can come up with. At first, we talked about the Siren, and how she could be artificial or a woman by the name of Emily Swan. Today, we're going to be talking about the Brute, aka the large Nordic-themed character with the bionic arm, who, in my humble opinion, is modeled after our lovely Kalo. And I'm totally not speaking in the third person here, so just ignore that and move right along, mainly because there's no official name for his character, at least at this time, and let's be honest, he does seem like a Brute. Up first, let's talk about his potential nanotech. The Brute appears to be using nanotech in the trailer we did get of Borderlands 4, and during this time we see gameplay, he's using what we believe to be his action skill. We notice that he uses axes that appear from these spheres that float through the air, and this brings up the potential for nanotech, or at the very least, drones he uses to produce his action skill. Think of something similar to how Zane uses a drone as part of his action skill in Borderlands 3. Now, looking at the full image of the Brute, we can see that the orbs could potentially be released from his mechanical arm or that mechanism on his back. Now, if the nanotech theory is to be believed, this could possibly mean there's potential for multiple action skills to be returning to Borderlands 4. Now, speaking of those action skills, what could they possibly be? There has been debate about whether Gearbox would use a singular action skill, much like it did in the first 2 Borderlands games and the prequel, or if the developer will use multiple action skills, much like it did in Borderlands 3. Either way, based off the little gameplay we did get within this trailer, we do know at the very least, the Brute can pull out 2 axes and lob them at enemies. Now, as far as these axes go, we do believe you're going to have the ability to change element of the axes, mainly because the ones in the trailer do appear to be fire and ice axes. And if we want to get really wild, this could allow us to use corrosive, explosive, or if we want to get really crazy, iridium axes. And these all come with different effects. There's also potential for us to change the way these axes work. Now, this could allow us to perform different attacks like a slam attack with them, or keep them out and just use them as melee weapons. Now, if there are multiple action skills for each character, we do believe the Brute will also have the ability to use these orbs as grenades. And much like his axes, we do believe you're going to be able to infuse them with different elements and effects. We also believe you could potentially use them as a type of ammo that spreads out across the battlefield, damaging your opponents caught in the blast. Finally, we think these orbs could have a defense capability, similar to Zane's drones in Borderlands 3. Just like the drones that Zane uses, we could potentially summon these orbs to create a defensive barrier around us. That in turn could hurt enemies that do get close to us, or they could hit enemies from a distance using lasers. And before this here video ends, I do want to shout out the resident Borderlands expert, A Game Sandwich. Aiden has been hard at work breaking down all the possible Vault Hunters and things that could be happening in Borderlands 4. So you're going to want to keep it locked to Game Sandwich for more breakdowns just like this. And if you are new here, consider keeping it locked to Game Sandwich for all your gaming news, rumors, and reviews. But as of right now, I've been Kalo, and I'll see you guys next time.